get ready for a wild ride because we already have some bizarre breaking news. Welcome to the Sewing Report. I'm Jen. This channel is all about making sewing and crafts fun and approachable. And this show is going to be all about the new Locklick Crafter, which appears to be a dupe of the Cricut Maker. And right before we got started, I checked my email and I noticed something really strange. So we are going to be going all over all that, the price, everything, the kind of wacky looking metaverse announcement, and all of that. And boy, oh boy, do we have some crazy stuff to talk about, because right before I was getting ready to do this, I got an email that the Kickstarter for the Locklick Crafter has been suspended. I'm serious, it has been suspended. So let me just pull this up. So here's what we're looking at. And in full disclosure, even though I had been in contact with the marketing PR firm that is doing the launch for the Locklick Crafter, I had decided on my own, when I saw the price was going to be $99.99 or $99, I decided just to go ahead and do the Kickstarter anyway, just because I wanted to see what came in the Kickstarter package, because apparently you also were supposed to get a lifetime membership to what appears to be like their version of Cricut Design Space. So I pledged the $99, and I was getting all ready to talk about it. I noticed they had like blasted through their original goal of $10,000, and we're not really sure why, but at this point the funding has been suspended. So it says funding for this project was suspended by Kickstarter about an hour ago. And nobody really knows what's going on. This is so strange. So I don't know. This person seems to indicate that, I guess, they added a new option where you could get a second machine for like an extra $20. But let me show you the email I got. Hold on a second. Sorry guys, this might be a little bit clunky because I'm going to have to like pull up different screens and stuff. So hopefully it doesn't look too disjointed. But then I got the email, and here is what the email says. So it says, "Hello, this is a message from Kickstarter's Trust and Safety team. We're writing to let you know that a project you recently backed, Locklick Crafter Cutting Machine for Crafters and Beginners, has been suspended. We also want to assure you that your $99 pledge has been canceled. To protect our community, we may suspend projects when they demonstrate one or more of the following: pledging activity from several suspicious or unauthorized backer sources. Pledges on Kickstarter must be made in good faith. We work to protect both backers and creators by investigating any pledges that appear to violate this principle and are dedicated to acting quickly in response. As a result, all funding has been stopped and backers will not be charged for their pledges. No further action is required on your part. We take the integrity of the Kickstarter system very seriously. We only suspend projects when we find strong evidence that they are misrepresenting themselves or otherwise violating the letter or spirit of Kickstarter's rules. As a policy, we do not offer comment on project suspensions beyond what is stated in this message. We know this isn't ideal, but we do sincerely hope to see you again soon, backing one or more of the amazing projects that do cross the finish line without a hitch each and every day. Here's to next time, Kickstarter, Trust, and Safety." How bizarre. Like, what? I don't even know what's going on with this. So that is the email I just got literally right before I started. Like, I was getting ready to like head out here and log onto the computer and hook everything up. So I honestly don't know what's happening, but this is super crazy. So I guess I will not be getting, like, I don't know if this thing is I have no idea. My only, like, I've had some interaction with the PR firm that is handling the launch, and all we had really worked out was that they were going to send me a machine for like use and, you know, review and demonstration or whatever. And that's really all I knew. And they basically they just sent me a link to that metaverse announcement that they did last night. So before all this went down, I was just going to jump on here, talk about the Kickstarter, like the different price points, because they had several different price points. The cheapest with the machine being $99, and you got the machine, and then you also got a lifetime membership into their like design library of like SVGs and stuff. So I decided to sign up for that. They had 300 spots for that, and then they started a new tier for that was like $10 more. So it was $109, and then they had another one at $119. So it kind of looked like they were just going to work their way up price-wise until they got like a ton of backers. The retail price of the Locklit Crafter is supposed to be $169.99, so $169. I just, after I got that email, I emailed the contact person I had that was working with Locklit, and I was just like, hey, what's going on? Obviously, she has not gotten back to me yet because it's only been like 20 minutes. So to this point, I really do not know what the deal is. But you can see if you go to the Kickstarter page now, it says, this project was suspended. Your pledge will no longer be collected. So I guess I will not be part of the Kickstarter, I guess. So that's pretty strange. And they'd gotten 354 backers and raised $35,000. So I honestly do not know, like, and this just happened like within the hour. So I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I don't know if they're going to have another one or if this is it. I literally have no idea. I'm just finding out about this, but it is really weird timing that I just happen to be doing this live stream right now. So yeah, I don't know. I do not know what's going on. Yes, these are the new machines. Will anybody be getting these? I don't know what's going on. So I was originally planning just to talk about the, like they did like this kind of strange metaverse like launch event, and we'll play it. And they actually gave me permission to use clips from it. So I was like, that's cool. But that's really the only like correspondence I've had with, anybody connected to Locklit, but this is really strange. And I honestly don't I don't know, like I've never done a Kickstarter myself. If you get yours taken down, can you do another one if you change things? And also it could have had to do with the people that were signing up. So it kind of looked like maybe there was some suspicious activity on the backer side, not on the creator side. So this is really, really strange. Lawsuit, I have no idea. This is so weird. Someone in the comments of the Kickstarter did speculate that maybe the Cricut people were behind it. Can we get out the conspiracy theories now? I don't know. So this is going to be a pretty interesting show, I think. So let me go to the website. If you don't know, there's this company out of Hong Kong. The company is called HTV Runt, and they sell a lot of heat transfer vinyl stuff. And then they started another branch called the Locklit Crafter, and they're selling what's basically a direct ripoff of the Cricut Maker. So if you go to the website, here's the website, and yeah, it does look, from what I can tell from the announcements, it's kind of a pared down version of the Cricut Maker, and it's a lot cheaper. So that was my takeaway out of the metaverse announcement last night. So, and I've seen a few demo videos they put on the YouTube channel, but they don't really tell you much. They just show vinyl being cut out and then doing a craft project. And even the metaverse announcement, there was some information, but I still had some questions. So I'd actually emailed the person I've been emailing with and to ask some questions, because I wanted to know whether they were developing more tools for the machine. And I obviously have not got an answer. So regardless, I guess we'll still go over the features of the machine, and we'll take a look at some of we'll watch some of the metaverse announcement together if you haven't seen it. But this is super weird, and yeah, this is just so strange, guys. I don't even know like what's going on. Okay. Kickstarter may have received, do you really think that the Cricut people, I know they seem very litigious. Do you really think they've sent a cease and desist to like Locklit Crafter or Kickstarter? Like, I don't know, like, who knows? And from what I understand too, it's a little bit harder to prosecute or like enforce trademark and copyright with overseas companies, which is how a lot of these Chinese companies get away with it, is because, you know, it's just really hard to go after them legally. So I don't know. Yeah, so we'll go over this, but they had this live stream and it was like avatars of people and it wasn't real people. So it kind of, you know, I guess this is life in the metaverse. Is this where we're going? So we'll go over some of that. And I also want to talk about some alternatives to Cricut, because there's some pretty major competition popping up. And I do want to go over some of the options and talk about the differences between some of these new machines coming out and the prices and everything like that. So, so a couple people here think that there was some legal action. This is going to be, do you think the drama level is going to go from like here to here? I'm ready for it. I'm here. I've got the popcorn. I've got some water. I can do these live streams every day, guys. I can do this all day, every day, even though that means putting on makeup. I don't know. So, okay, this is a good question. How many machines were supposed to be made? I have no idea. And just my dealings with this company through the marketing or PR agency they hired, it's been like a little like, I wouldn't say disorganized, but very, very informal. Like I got some rando email from a lady from like another company's email address, which is not uncommon. And, you know, it was just like, but it wasn't like a real official email. And all of my dealings have been like a little unusual. So I don't know what's going to go on. Cricut likes to sue anybody that tries to imitate them. I know, isn't that right? I am interested in this type of machine, but Cricut is more money than I wanted to spend. Exactly. All right, so I gotta change some stuff around to, in order to play this metaverse thing, because I have to do like one tab. I use the software called StreamYard to do everything. All right, let me see if I can get this to work. So let's play, yeah, is this out? And you know what? Here's the funny thing. When I did the other live stream talking about how this was a direct Cricut dupe, I got a lot of comments saying that HTV Runt was a reputable company. They had ordered the heat press and everything went fine. And HTV Runt did a similar Kickstarter for their really cool looking heat press. And so it doesn't seem unusual. And I mean, Kickstarters aren't exactly new. So I don't know. This is just so bizarre. And I'm glad I found out about this right before I went live, because, you know, I would have gone on as if, you know, nothing happened. So, all right, pledge it. Yeah. So that's what it says. So maybe it's like the people pledging, maybe like there was some credit card fraud. Or maybe somebody was trying to buy, I'm wondering too, if maybe there was somebody, I don't know, again, I know nothing, but maybe there was somebody that was trying to get a large number of them by using different accounts or something to try to get them for 99 bucks. I have no idea. Yeah, I was interested in this feature too. I was so interested in the offline feature because sometimes the internet is not great. And that was something I was very interested in. Will I still get this machine mail? And that's the thing. The company people also did not tell me a lot of information on when the machine would be shipped out or anything like that. So one of the reasons I did decide to sign up for the Kickstarter was because in the back of my mind, I'm like, if this company flakes out on me, I still want to get one of these machines to do videos with. And if they don't send me one, I'm going to need one anyway. So in the back of my mind, I just got like this weird feeling about it. And I decided to just do the Kickstarter thing. But let me see if I can, all right, share this. Okay, here we go. All right, Chrome tab. All right, I got to share the audio. All right, so I'm going to try to share the audio with this thing. And you guys are going to have to let me know if you can hear everything okay. Okay, here we go. So I think this is, all right. So here is the, so here's the metaverse. So this metaverse thing is so strange to me. So yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I got something, I got like a hair in my nose or something. All right, Debbie says, I thought last night the pledge was $99 for the machine plus other things, but today when I looked, it was $116 for the machine and a different pledge for the other add-ons. So here's what I think happened, Debbie. I think once the $99 tier sold out, I believe it looks like Locklick added more tiers. And, you know, just after that one sold out, that was like the super early bird one. So I don't know if, but it looks like, judging from the comments on the Kickstarter, they'd also added one where you can add a second machine for $20 or something. So I don't know, but I don't know how into the metaverse everyone is. I think it's kind of strange, and I'm not like generally into it. I'm not buying like real estate in the metaverse. You know, I'm not like getting my Oculus goggles on or anything. So I got this invite, and the lady who had kept emailing me like this, she said it was like a conference call for influencers, but it really wasn't. It was just like a live stream they were doing. So I don't know why they were calling it like a conference call for influencers, because it wasn't that at all. But they did this thing on Facebook last night. Let me know if you can hear the audio. And instead of having real people do it, they have these like bizarre avatars doing the presentation. And you know, I thought that was kind of weird, but let me know if you guys can hear this. Do you have audio for this? I don't know. This is super loud. Okay.
Your very own cutting machine. I think.
Okay, let me know. Can you hear the audio for this presentation? Okay, cool. So they started off with, and I love how the avatars have like somebody's name. Like, so this is Alan, you know, and then they have like this virtual reality type conference room. I thought this was like just, I feel like I'm a little too old for this, and I had a hard time. I personally just had like a bit of a hard time following it, and like I found it difficult to watch. Yeah, me too. It was super weird last night. I did not understand. Me too. I was like, am I the only one that thinks this is bizarre? So I don't know. So the metaverse thing, I just find it to be a little too meta, I guess. But here, all right. Sorry, I'm trying to itch my nose, and I don't want you guys to be grossed out. But we'll watch a little bit of this just to see what it's all about. If I can get my pointer. Okay, here we go.
I think a lot of people will be excited by this, so good luck with it. Best wishes, and I cannot wait to see it.
So they have
this
some
is
like
a huge plus for people who are just beginning to craft and don't have the money to buy all these SVGs.
So like it looks like they're just using like some other people's like social media posts about it or something. I don't. All right, let me see if I can. All right, I think this looks better. So they're kind of they started off just sort of playing like random people's social media videos.
And PNGs that they offer for free.
I am telling y'all about.
I'm going to skip this. All right. So
this event is the market debut of our newest brand, Locklick. And we are excited to introduce our first beginner-friendly cutting machine to all craft.
And just a side note, I don't even know how this all works. Does this have like the thing where like the real person has all those ping pong ball looking things, and then as they move, the avatar does it too? Is that like what the deal is? I'm so confused, and this makes me feel so old because I don't understand this at all. Yeah.
Craft lovers, Locklick Crafted. As a new brand, the handicraft industry We hold this event in a way full of high tech in the meta universe. We are considering combining and sharing the most innovative and fashionable ideas and things with all craft lovers and DIYers. As we get to know more about Locklick in the future, you will notice that we are already connected to a brand tightly, which is HTV Ront. And I believe you already know that you are familiar with this. So here we will lead you to detailed information about our company and its two brands, HTV Ront and the newest brand, Locklick. As a tech group, we specialize in innovative cultures. Our research base is in China, and our company is striving to expand around the whole world. We build up a giant business system. It includes a global supply chains, convenient warehouse and logistics systems, over 12,000 meters of independent production workshop, and a high-tech research and development center. And to meet all kinds of professional and user-friendly needs, we build up 2 independent handicraft brands.
Okay, and to me, I don't know if anyone out there has seen the HBO show Silicon Valley, but I feel like this is the same kind of bullshit you would see on that show where like there's some startup that's just like doesn't make any sense and everyone's really excited about it or something. And again, I'm not trying to throw shade on the company. I did find this presentation style to be just a little bit not relatable for the average crafter, especially considering that a lot of people who sew and do scrapbooking and paper crafting, a lot of these people are probably like not young. I'm gonna guess they're at least my age or older. And for me as like a very old millennial, I just had a really hard time following all of this and like even like grasping it. But I don't know, if you haven't seen the TV show Silicon Valley, it's not, again, I like a lot of not family friendly shows. This one is not family friendly. It's hilarious. And it's so like, it just points out a lot of the absurdities of the tech world. And yeah, I just felt like this was so strange. Like the whole time I'm like, what? I get, you know, and I get that they're trying to be different and everything. And this is definitely different. Was this effective? I think they could have done things. I think this could have been better. All right, so let's play some more of this.
HTV Ront and Locklick. One is for producing cutting materials, and the other is for offering high quality and innovative machines. At present, we have completely realized the integration of self-service.
Yeah, like the
production
arms
and
are
sales,
kind of, they're a little
focusing on
strange.
providing
I don't know.
one-stop products
This
and
whole thing is
services
bizarre.
of
All right,
intelligent
let's skip
handicraft.
forward a little bit when they go over some of the features. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now they've got like a bunch of, I guess, like product listings. All right, let's see here. Okay, so this looks like it's like a Facebook headquarters meeting or something. This is super, this is kind of funny. And notice all the
Curiosity.
avatars and like the people's
Even
names
now, we can
overhead.
analyze from the data of
Look,
the
again,
handicraft
Locklick,
industry
we love
that
you.
females
I'm
aged between
not trying
20
to,
and 45
I'm not trying to be
are the main
disrespectful.
customers.
I'm just
now
being
and
brutally
then,
honest
we
here.
also
But
find
I'm
out
still
that
very excited.
there
Like
is
if I can
actually
try out
no-
this
no
product,
limit to age,
like
gender,
despite all of this stuff, I'm still jazzed about trying out the machine if I can ever get the machine. I honestly am, but this whole thing is like, I don't even know where to go from here. And I'm glad I'm not the only one that was thinking that, because I was like, the metaverse? Like, why do I care about the metaverse? I don't know. I'm not going to be one of those people who lives life on the metaverse. That's just not happening, guys.
gender when it comes to living life. Therefore, we will start from the field of the most advantageous cutting machine to expand the boundaries of DIY lovers and life lovers. And we expect to serve 5 million art and handicraft enthusiasts and DIYers around the world within 3 years. Through a set of blueprints for DIY machine production, taking the advantage of supply chain and online operation and combing the pain
All
spots.
right, we're going to skip forward.
Taking
as well
Okay.
for a long time.
I
So
don't-
flipping loud.
I'm not really sure why they just keep playing cell phone videos of people. That didn't make a lot of sense to me. Okay. We already kind of know what they're getting at. All right, here we go. All right. Oh, okay, this is Mike. I actually kind of dug Mike. I actually kind of liked Mike, the avatar.
Follow.
All right, so here's where he's explaining.
Variety of regular size of bits and colored pens.
I also like how
This
Mike
machine is
moves
quite
from side to
weightless,
side.
only
He's like,
15.3 pounds.
you know?
Therefore, it's portable and can be carried anywhere without much effort. Also, you can notice that there are 4 buttons on the right side of the top plate. Clicking these simple buttons will be only action.
Ross,
needed
I don't know.
to
Maybe
create
this is a
photo.
virtual product and you
They
just get
are
like an avatar of it
switch,
to use and it's not
pause,
real. I'm not sure.
Load and
I don't
start.
know.
To enhance your efficiency, our team also designed a thoughtful cubby hole to place your wedding tools. This way, your commute time to get tools will be highly reduced. It's not hard to find where the cutting area is. This is the place where you load cutting mats and materials. The width is 12 inches, which is the material's maximum width as well. And the 2 tool clamps here allow you to put in blades and colored pens. If you're working with HTV runs, infinite materials, this machine will allow you to cut non-stop with its infinite cutting.
All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Even though a lot of their avatars have like English sounding Americanized names and the avatars are different races, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I think most of the people doing this presentation are probably Asian. You know, kind of like how when you get a customer service person that says their name is, you know, Jeff, but you kind of know their name is not really Jeff. I kind of feel like there's some of that going on. Again, not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm Asian myself, but I'm going to guess if I had to put money on it, I think all of the people doing this presentation are from Hong Kong.
Length. Speaking of that, HTV Runs Infinite Material series is still in beta. Meanwhile, you can check a variety of regular size of vinyl on our web and give them a try first. At the right side of the bottom, there are the USB and power connection port. Shortly afterward, our machine will support Bluetooth connections as well.
All right,
At that
Mike, we're going to
moment,
skip ahead a little bit. This is a little... All right, here we go. Let's see if the...
Okay, now, the materials are ready. What you expect now is how the machine performs. Noise is higher than that. Locklick Crafter delivers a more silent and comfortable working experience. But we will not stop here. Currently, we're still trying to produce a much more quieter machine for a better crafting environment. Now, if you ask, what do our users care more about cutting machines? The answer must be cutting speed.
All right,
and
let's move
performance.
ahead. Okay, so here's something interesting. Notice that so during the presentation, they only said that there were going to be 2 types of blades. There were like regular fine point blade and then a deep cut blade. So I'm curious if they plan on developing any more types of blades, like a rotary blade or a knife blade or an engraving tool, because that is something that the Cricut has that the Locklick maker does not. So there are certainly different features for these products. Obviously, there's a big difference in price. But I did ask in my email to the woman I've been emailing with, I said, hey, do you have plans to develop other tools? Now, I think it's cool that they do have a dual holder slot. So like the Cricut Maker, it has a holder for the knife, you know, like the fine point blade, and then there's a holder for a marker. Like with the Cricut Maker, I can use 2 tools in there at once, and that is something I believe the Silhouette does not have. I forgot. I think the Silhouette does not have that, or maybe it does. And then there's another new product I want to also touch on that is going to be pretty expensive and doesn't have a lot of features. So there's some pretty interesting, you know, I don't know. I feel like these machines definitely have different different levels, and it's not like every machine has the same offerings because they don't. So I think that's pretty interesting. So all right, so here's Mike talking about the blades.
We have a paper. We thought hard and long to finally complete
Okay.
this first machine. Extremely cute.
All right, and also it looks like they're developing multiple colors, and I believe they were going to have people vote on which color they wanted the most. So right now the colors it's supposed to come in are white and then blue, and then the colors they're working on are this green, a darker blue, a pink, and then a lavender color. So that would be cool if it, I mean, the Cricut also comes in different colors. The Silhouette comes in different colors. So, I mean, that's not like a, you know, that wouldn't be an exclusive feature, but I do think it's good if they are offering it in different colors. Now, the real question is, what's with the Kickstarter stuff up in the air? Are we actually going to be able to buy these? I honestly don't know. Like, I could be talking about this for nothing if they're not able to sell them. So, but those are some of the other colors they're developing. You know, I kind of like the minty green one and then the lavender one. I think those are pretty cool. All right, I think, oh man, I accidentally, all right, hold on a second, guys.
Right?
Something happened to my screen here. All right, what is going on? Okay, hold on a second. My iPad got disconnected. This is not going. All right, how do I get out of this? All right, I'm trying to figure out how to not full screen this. Okay, hold on a second. So that's what's going on currently. All right, we'll keep going over this.
On behalf of the innovation of LockClick, we will
All right,
show
let's
you
fast
another brand
forward.
Downloading Lovely Design to cut.
Okay, so here they're talking about like their version of Cricut Design Space, so their software or whatever. All right, so let's play a little bit
There
of
will
this.
be no trouble finding and downloading lovely designs, editing your favorite images, saving your previous crafting works, and so on. Okay, here we go. Let's discuss exact functions this app has. In fact, this app needs only 3 steps to complete its job. First, we can see that there are lots of designs for you to choose from. The excellent part is that you can collect, download, and edit these images as you want in this app. After you select an image, you can go into the canvas area to edit the image according to your needs. Adjust the wanted size, shape, which part you're going to cut, and you can even just put an SVG picture from another location. Google, for example, into the app to make improvements. There are also some basic shapes.
And from what I understand, their software is going to be free to use, and I believe you'll be able to use it offline, so you don't have to have I don't think you'll have to have the internet to use the software. And they say that you can use the machine without an internet connection. So there's going to be an offline feature. So if that's true, that would be really cool.
Shapes like circle, rectangle, line, arrow, etc., allowing you to make personalized simple designs. And look, this is the sending page. When you finish editing the image, there's where you are to select the cutting layers and send the final codes to the machine. Just make sure you set up the correct specifications. Pretty easy, right? When there's a scenario where you need to work on a dozen DIY crafts, you may think of cutting several patterns or one pattern in batches at one time. Here, we have your problem solved.
Let's give it up for
Operated
Vincent,
with
guys.
the multi-machine
Vincent.
Connection, LockClick Idea Studio is such a boon for people who need mass productions and people who have small businesses. You can operate several LockClick cutting machines at the same time through this app on your computer. The number of working devices will just depend on how many USB ports there are on your computer. Don't forget that our machine can do both cutting and drawing works. If you want to make a beautiful gift card, just cut your card shell on one machine and draw a cute pattern on another. This definitely saves you lots of waiting time. Except for multiple devices working together, our team also boosted this app by continuing ongoing. So this function can save your work from these situations. Lovely design, isn't it? What's more, in this app, we provide you with an excellent digital content base. LockClick Workshop. It's my honor to introduce our workshop designer, Emily.
Hello crafters, I'm Emily. I believe you may be curious about what this LockClick workshop is. Let me show you. LockClick Workshop is images we exhibit in the library of our app. The important part is that these well-designed images are hand-created by brilliant professional designers we invited, and the images will be updated constantly. By the end of this year, there will be 15,000 of resources on that. But back to today, when developing our new machine, we noticed that many crafters have this problem finding ideal and high-quality SVG designs. So, we can say the quality and quantities of images are the core of the projects. For experienced crafters and small business owners, they may have these amazing and creative designs and finished projects. However, there is no place where they
Hey, Flawless Beauty. So to answer your question, as it stands now, this cannot do everything that the Cricut Maker can do. So they only have the fine point blade for this LockClick Crafter and a deep cut blade, but it looks like as of right now, I have not heard anything about like a knife blade, a rotary blade, an engraving tool, anything like that, like a debossing tool or an embossing tool. So I think the difference is that this seems to be kind of a more pared down Cricut. Think like one of the like lower tier Cricuts. The difference is that it has a lower price, and the other difference is that the software is free and you can use the machine off. You don't need the internet to use it offline if you want to use it offline. So if you are trying to get away from the Cricut ecosystem, if this product ends up coming out, it's a great budget option if you are only cutting mostly like vinyl or paper. If you want to cut fabric or like chipboard or balsa wood, might not be for you. But for kind of your basic crafting, it does look like a good option. We just don't know what's going on now that the Kickstarter has been suspended and they had this metaverse thing. So I really don't know. They said they were going to send me a machine to try out early so that I could show you guys what's going on. But I honestly don't know. Like, this is so strange that I don't really know what's happening now. All right, let's see what else is going on. Let's see what else is going on in the metaverse. All right, here we go.
try our best to magnify or layers of felt. Easy operation. In this way,
and one other thing is that if you did sign up for the Kickstarter, you were supposed to get a lifetime membership into this, library of designs. So that would have been cool if you could get that for free for life. I mean, that's definitely worth $99 plus a machine. All right, let's see what else. Let's see what else Emily's got going on.
Crafting process, delivering larger and stronger happy.
So as you can see,
Alan's back.
This is our new brand, LockClick, and its first machine project, LockClick Crafter. To boost the batch production characteristics, we are still working on a better version of our machine, software and digital content base, striving to deliver a high quality crafting experience. And now let me make a long story short. Here comes our most exciting moment in the launch event. We want to hold all your attention on the stage. As we search on the
Actually, you know what? I take that. Alan sounds like he could be European. Like, doesn't he kind of sound like he's British or something? Like, I'm sensing a European accent. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this, Eric. This is like really
internet, our shop in the
odd.
market. you may find that cutting machines similar to Locklick Crafter in size and functions mostly start from $249. What's more, there are extra fees of at least $100 to pay for accessories. That's a huge cost in total. But to offer our crafters a more valuable and affordable machine, the list price of the Locklick Crafter will only be...
All right, Flawless Beauty, if you want to cut fabric, I probably would not recommend this. The only way I found that cuts fabric well is the rotary blade, and the machines that are the Cricut Maker and the Silhouette Cameo also has a rotary blade. I personally have not had much luck cutting fabric with a regular blade, so you really probably need a rotary blade, and that is fairly limited to the Silhouette Cameo and the Cricut Maker. So just want to let you know.
$169.99. Wow. You must admit that this is absolutely a value for money cutting machine. Along with the very fancy price, we will give you the free membership of our software Locklick Idea Studio, free use of the Locklick Workshop for 180 days, an excellent online event to win up to $1,000 in cash and $2,000 worth of gifts. You think that's all? Absolutely not. Here we are offering you the biggest bonus ever. Our first cutting machine, Locklick Crafter, will be on sale on Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign tomorrow. For Pacific time zone, it starts
Well, I guess not anymore, huh?
at 7 a.m. and for East, it starts at 10 a.m. For contiguous USA, we will provide your first cutting machine at the price of $99.99. But if you want more units, you need only add $20 for the next and more machines. That must be better value for money if you are the owner of a small business or a workshop, and the shipping is free. For more countries and regions prices and detailed shipping information, you can go and check on the Kickstarter campaign page. Except for that, the campaign's backers will also get a material kit, which includes 3 blades, 1 colored pen, cutting mat, and 6 sheets of vinyl. Moreover, you can enjoy a lifetime...
Yeah, Nancy, quite honestly, this does sound a little like everything that's been happening has been a little odd. All of the comments I got, though, on the last live stream were all glowing reviews of the HTV Runt company. So I thought, okay, that sounds, and they were saying they were very legitimate. So I have not had personal experience as a customer really with them. And I promised to keep it 100 with you. I'm going to keep it 100. So if there's something weird that goes on, I'll let you know. So I don't know. So Debbie, this would be for someone that wants to make a lot of HTV transfer shirts and like scrapbooking stuff, like you cut a lot of paper, that kind of thing. You're doing that. You're doing like decals, stuff like that. And I will say this, even with the Cricut Maker, the rotary blade doesn't cut fabric super well. So if you're using the rotary blade on the Cricut Maker, at least, then I personally, this is a good theory. Could it be they just hired voice actors? So yeah, it could just be like these people aren't even with the company. They could just be folks that they like hired because they sound good. Because everyone I've seen representing the company in actual video, they all look like they're Asian. So, again, and they all have accents. So they don't to me sound like they're American. So they all sound like they're, international folks. So, but yeah, that's true. They could have hired some random like British people or like European actors to kind of try to give them the appearance or facade of having, kind of a more mainstream kind of feel. I don't know. Who knows? It is sort of strange. This whole thing has been the metaverse thing in particular, I was like, they're doing it in the metaverse. This also reminds me of the, that video game, The Sims. This reminds me of like the early days Sims game.
membership on Locklick Workshop. All in all, the $99.99 you spend will turn out to be over $3,200 worth of products, where we really mean to bring you such a great note of joy. The great deal I mentioned is for our backers of the crowdfunding campaign, and for further customers, we here offer them extra benefits to other extents.
You know, if they are actors, that really explains why it sounds like they're reading a script, because they probably were just given a script. So that makes a lot of sense.
The first will be our thoughtful virtual class plan for everyone. You may be curious and puzzled about how to use Locklick Crafter, Locklick Workshop, and HTV Ront Auto Heat Press. There you will get your answers and have a soothing crafting experience. Then you must remember what we said about the Locklick Crafter Macron, right? Here's the thing, we may need your help to vote for the most popular colour and put it into production. So come and leave your valuable suggestions. It will be all a joint effort of us together. Suppose you are already very curious about and dying for a new Locklick Crafter. If you are ready to try your luck, take a chance right now. There are giveaway events on Facebook to give back the support of our users. Over 20 free Locklick Crafters will be sent. What's more and more, I'm also excited to let you know that our two brands, Locklick and HTV Ront, will attend CES, which is the most influential.
Well, if anybody's going to CES in Las Vegas, you can find out who these people are. All right, by a show, let's do a quick poll in the chat. Who thinks Alan is a real person? Yes or no? Do you think Alan really exists?
Tech event in the world in the upcoming January 5th to the 8th in Las Vegas, US. Hey, all crafters, just come and meet us. Overall, let's see. All the information is an excited product, right? Can't wait to see you tomorrow on Kickstarter. Let's stay tuned for that.
All right, side note, I love what he's doing with his hands right now. All right, Alan, there you go. He's like, all right, that is, all right. All right, nobody thinks Alan is real, okay? Oh boy. All right, I think it's, all right, here we go, and he's, all right, I like what he's doing with his hand. Should we do that too? Let's copy Alan. All right, yeah, is this dabbing? I don't know. You know, I give them credit for the music, though. I dig the music. All right, Alan. All right, he's done. I mean, this machine actually does look pretty decent, though. So I honestly, even after the metaverse strangeness, I'm personally still interested in trying this. No, I don't want to watch a Bon Jovi video. Okay, we're gonna get out of this. All right, hold on a second, guys. All right, all right, let me just. Okay, why won't this stop? All right, hold on. I can't get this to stop. Okay, here we go. All right, I gotta remove this. All right. And then I'm gonna pull up some other stuff later. All right, hold on a sec. All right, now, didn't we all really enjoy our metaverse experience? I mean, we could just live our whole lives there and not have to do anything for real. So, wouldn't that be fun? That would be awesome, right? Who doesn't love that? All right, let's do screen 2. Okay. Yeah, exactly. even though after this, I'm still interested in trying it, especially if it's only $99. This whole metaverse thing, though, like, I feel like they could have had a much different approach. Like, yeah, maybe like just a live stream or something, like just showing the machine. You know, if Alan's real, maybe he could have done it. Or Mike. Mike had some good information too. Or what was her name? Emily? Or the people that, like, that really looked like it was like a fake Facebook headquarters or something. That was pretty bizarre. So that was a good time. So if you're just joining in, I was going to give an update all about the Locklick Crafter Kickstarter that started today, but the campaign, all right, let's see if they've updated. All right, I'm going to see if they've updated this at all. I don't know. I'm curious. The Kickstarter has been suspended. So that's what's going on. That's the latest, and that just happened right before I went live today. So that's pretty interesting. So the project has been suspended. I did pledge the $99 to get a machine as well, just to see what the customer experience was about. And I wanted that lifetime membership in their design space version, whatever it is. They had raised $35,000 in backing and 354 people, but the funding was suspended 2 hours ago, and nobody really knows specifically why. Apparently it just has some sort of, let's see here. So yeah, this was the initial campaign. Okay, here we go. Wait, is this, okay, reward no longer available. So yeah, so this was the reward for $99 or 42% off. You could get a machine and a bonus gift of the Lockleak Workshop Lifetime Premium membership worth $19.99.99. And it looked like shipping was separate, so that, yeah, I don't even know how much shipping was going to be. And they had a few different options. And I also checked their social. I've been checking their social media, and I've noticed they haven't posted anything explaining what happened or anything. So at this point, nobody really knows like exactly why it was canceled. So I did actually sign up for that, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So that's the latest. So I would like to see an update, and I did email the contact I had that was working with the Locklick to ask what was going on, and I haven't heard back. But obviously I really didn't, it had only been like an hour, so I'm not like, that's a pretty short time to get back to somebody. So I do want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Just behind the scenes from content, everything seemed a little very informal, so I'm not really sure. Like this, and this is the first time I've ever had any sort of contact with these people. So I don't know I don't know what's going on, or, at this point, whether you're going to be able to get these machines. But the price was really good. So that's what's up. Yeah, Eric, I don't know. I don't understand the metaverse. Like, I'm just way too old for this metaverse stuff, and it's just not really for me. Yeah, I wanted the machine too, and even though they were going to send me one, I wanted to sign up. Just in the back of my mind, I was like, this seems a little too casual. So I kind of wanted to make sure I got a machine in case they flaked, which honestly, you would be surprised, but it does happen. That kind of thing happens to influencers quite a bit. So yeah, I got the same email as you. Nancy, they can exceed the goal. So they can actually make more than the original goal. So that's not unusual. I've seen it happen to Kickstarters a lot. Yeah, I don't know. And I'm keeping it 100 here. I honestly don't know anything you don't at this point. But if I do find out anything, I will certainly let you know. Yeah, so a suspension. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Kickstarter's not clear either. Honestly, I don't know. It said it was suspended, and it did say in the email that I was going to get a refund. So it said that my pledge was canceled. So they're probably asleep. It'd be funny if nobody at Locklick even knew this was happening because of like the time difference or something. Yeah, I don't know. So that's pretty wild. So yeah, Locklit Crafter, if this machine does come out, this is what it's going to look like. I guess we cannot join the Kickstarter now though. But it did look like a pretty cool little machine. So I was excited to try out and see how it compared to the Cricut Maker, because I know a lot of people want to get out of the Cricut ecosystem and they want more choices. So I thought that was good. The other ones I saw that I wanted to talk about. So obviously this is not a new machine, but if you are looking for a Cricut alternative, the Silhouette Cameo, also somebody mentioned that the Brother Scan and Cut also has the rotary blade. The Silhouette Cameo 4 is a little bit cheaper than the Cricut Maker 3. It comes in several different colors. It comes in different widths, which is actually really cool. So you can get it up to 24 inches. So you can get the Silhouette Cameo Pro for $479.99. Okay, that one only comes in white. And this one does have a number of different tools that you can pick from. So I think right now it looks like the most direct competition for the Cricut Maker and the Cricut Maker 3 is the Silhouette Cameo. Because it looks like it also has the dual tool slots. So you can use more than one tool at a time. This is cool. It has automatic tool detection. I believe you can do projects up to 10 feet in length, so you don't need it does matless cutting. And it also has, it can also cut fabric because it has a rotary blade and it has some sort of knife blade as well. So you have some options here. I hate that you always have to click this thing to say okay to the cookies. So if you are looking for an alternative to the Cricut, I think that one would be pretty decent. The other one I saw is called the Caesar Juliet. And this one is, Caesar makes a lot of vinyl. So a lot of these vinyl companies seem to be getting into the hardware game. And again, I'm sure Cricut probably is not a fan of that. But this is the Caesar Juliet. The only thing with this one is that it looks like it only has one slot for tools. I also noticed the price is fairly expensive. On the Michaels website, it was about $500. So this is more expensive than the Cricut Maker and the Cricut Maker 3. Certainly more expensive than the Locklit and the Silhouette. Okay, so look, and this one also only has two different blade options, like the regular fine point blade and then the deep cut blade. So this one is more expensive and it does not have a lot of multiple tool options. So this one, to me, maybe the machine is great to use. I don't know. I think for the price, I think there are other options though. So I'm probably not going to be looking at this one just because it is pretty expensive and it does seem more limited than the Cricut Maker, which I already have, and the Silhouette Cameo. So if you own any of these machines, let me know. I know the Juliet is not out yet, and the Locklit Crafter, judging by the Kickstarter site, it was supposed to come out around early 2023. So it was supposed to ship out in a few months. So that's where we are with that. But I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going to happen now that the Kickstarter has been suspended. I have not seen anything on the company's social media or anything, and people have started asking what's going on, and nobody really knows. So, yeah, this is super weird, and I don't know, I'm just like, what's happening with that? And sorry, guys, I still have some sort of fuzz on my nose. That's driving me crazy. So if you see me scrunching my nose, it's because, so the Juliet does seem a little more industrial. And I think it's good if someone's kind of doing that as a business, doing a lot of HTV or vinyl stuff. I think that would be cool. Just for me as a home crafter, though, it doesn't look like the best option just because of the price and because of the limitations. So, yeah, if you just do shirts and stuff, that might work. All right, this person says, I have Jamelia I have the Brother Scan and Cut, and the Scan and Cut is so much better. There is more of a learning curve, but once you've mastered it, there is no compare. Question for you, what's the software like? Is the software good? Is it free? And also, is the software free? The Cricut marketing budget must be ginormous. Here in the Netherlands, some of the biggest influencers are getting affiliate. Yeah, I will say they're not affiliated with me. So, yeah, and if you've seen some of my previous live streams, I had Auntie Tay and then Ken's Creations jumped on a stream with me, and they were former Cricut influencers, and let me tell you, they did not have very positive things to say about their experience with the company. Not saying that's a blanket statement, but you know, they seemed a little disenfranchised with Cricut. So there was that whole Cricut debacle, like that was like well over a year ago. And since then, I've one, been trying not to give Cricut any promotion, and two, I've been really trying to like look elsewhere for this type of product to feature, because I just don't, you know, it's just not really a company I personally feel like I want to share or endorse or promote. So I've been really trying not to do it. So that's what's going on here. But man, what a fun Tuesday night, right? Right, everybody? Oh yeah, oh yeah. But thank you all for watching. This has been a pretty interesting week so far. If you found this helpful, I'd really appreciate if you haven't hit that like button already and you've been enjoying the show, hit the like button, and you're welcome to subscribe to the Sewing Report, where I do lots of sewing, crafts, and community news type videos and live streams. So we've been having some fun with this. You know, I got my first metaverse experience tonight, so that was interesting. All right, let's read a few more comments. Okay, the software is free and works a lot like Photoshop. Okay, that doesn't sound bad. You know, and here's the thing, even though a lot of us were pretty upset with Cricut for pulling that whole subscription thing on us, that I know most people did not like, I feel like it's only a matter of time before I think more and more companies are just going to start to do that. So even though the other companies are not doing it now, that's not to say they're not going to do it in the future, because that's definitely a very real possibility as more companies look to increase profits and come up with more revenue streams to milk consumers off. So yes, thank you for catching me live. I do enjoy the live shows, even though, yeah, I do enjoy the live shows, even though I do feel like when I'm editing the videos, obviously I have a lot of like random crutch words, and I can edit them out of videos, so you get all of me during the live streams, the good and the bad. So this is fun. We're having a good time. I've got some water tonight. I was smart today and I ate dinner before the live stream, so I wasn't starving. So my voice just tends to get kind of hoarse when I talk a lot. So I'm trying to stay hydrated. But if you're not familiar with the Locklick Crafter, it was supposed to be a Cricut competition, and I don't know, I don't know what's going on with their social media now, but and with their with the Kickstarter, but the Kickstarter has been suspended, so no idea what's up with that. I'll keep you guys posted. If there's some big news, maybe we'll do another stream or something, or I'll update in the description box here and in the comment section. Yeah, I was all ready, you know, to buy, and I'm comfortable with using Kickstarter, so I didn't have an issue with that. So you say, I think I will wait until they are established to invest in this company. And from my perspective, I was like, okay, it's only $100. That's a relatively small amount of money compared to the Cricut Maker and to the other machines. So for $99, I was willing to give it a shot. So I don't know, this whole thing has been kind of strange. So if I get a machine to review, then I will, of course, be doing videos about that. If I don't, then I guess this whole thing, yeah, I don't know what's going on. So we'll see what happens with this company. Yeah, if you guys have any other thoughts on tonight. Okay, all right, you keep it. I have not since I did the one live stream, I don't believe any other new machines have come out. But here's the thing: there's so many new soy machines that come out. They're coming out all the time. So I did a couple live streams talking about new soy machines. You might want to check that out. I'm not aware of any other ones other than the ones I've talked about. Also, you know, I only own so many sewing machines, so it's kind of hard to, you know, I'm not going to be doing reviews on all of them, just because then my house would be filled with sewing machines, and I would have no money left. So that would be probably not great. But I appreciate you asking. But yeah, I would check the Brothers site or check their social media, and you'll be able to see what the latest is. Yeah, there are, you know, this stuff happens sometimes. And again, I don't know what's going on because everyone had such great things to say about HTV Runt. So I honestly really don't know. So this whole thing is really just really bizarre. So I was supposed to be getting a machine to review, and they also said they were gonna, they had sent me one email asking me if they sent the machine to me by the 21st, if I would be able to get a video up by the 31st. So like they would give me 10 days or whatever. And then I just kicked them back to my work with me policy, and I said, hey, I don't do that. Once you send me the machine, like, you don't get to dictate anything. So I can't promise you anything. And I can't, like, you know, I'm not going to work on your timeline. I work on my timeline. So they were okay with that, and they said, okay, cool. But a lot of companies have tried to do that to me, where they'll send something to me and they'll say, yeah, we're totally cool with everything. And then they kind of try to like double back on that and then kind of pull a bait and switch. And that's not very cool. So that's happened to me more times than I want. And that's always kind of like annoying, because I'm like, look, you said you agreed to this policy. If you agree to the policy, you know, don't come back to me and just start trying to like tell me what to do. So it is kind of interesting. You know, I don't know what the issue, I honestly don't know. This is so strange, and it just happened like that. Like, it happened so suddenly that the Kickstarter was just, you know, pulled down. I wonder if Cricut is blocking them from copying their machine design. Here's the thing, Eric, like, so many of these companies get away with it because they're overseas, and it's just hard to enforce some of this copyright and trademark law that I don't know. So we do know that Cricut has been very lawsuit happy in the past. They had filed lawsuits and put these other companies out of business. They came up with third-party software for Cricuts. So they don't really like people making the same type of products. We know that for sure. All right, let's see here. Until they went live on KS, they would have been out of reach for U.S. laws. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, okay, I see. So maybe going on Kickstarter was the thing that made it accessible. I honestly don't know, and I'm not a lawyer, guys. Yeah, same thing with Creality. Yeah, I heard about the Creality stuff. That was pretty strange. All right, here we go. I have a scan and cut. You can save your images as PES files and embroider. You can actually embroider. I want to know how good is the embroidery file from like an image. I just want to know, because I saw one of the Brother machines that had that type of capability, and the embroidery quality looked a little bit like, yeah, I don't know. Like, you could technically do it, but it wasn't the best quality of an embroidery design. And if you haven't checked it out yet, I did an interview a while back with Eric Campbell all about embroidery digitizing. And he really explained why auto digitizing is not great for embroidery. And what the Brother machines seem to do is some type of auto digitizing. And he really explained very well why that's not a great idea, especially if you're doing like commercial embroidery or doing it for a business. Okay, let's see here. So Kickstarter was implicated in the Creality CR scan lizard action. Ooh, yeah, and didn't they alienate a lot of customers that way or something? Like Cricut, what happened last year, Cricut definitely alienated a large number of its customer base by trying to pull that. People were not very happy with that, myself included. And I've been kind of soured on the whole Cricut thing, you know, in general. So I haven't really been I haven't been going out of my way to give them any shout outs here on YouTube. That's for sure. Hello there. I hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. What's everybody doing tonight? Obviously, you're watching me, and we just had a metaverse experience. But I hope everyone's having a great week so far. And all right, I just invested in a Ricoma EM1010. Very cool, very cool. But yeah, I was pretty excited because I joined the Kickstarter this morning. I was like, okay, it's only $99. That's very reasonably priced. And even the retail price of $169.99, that seemed reasonable to me for what you're getting. So I even didn't have a problem with the $169 price. So, but I guess I honestly, and if I find out anything new, I'll certainly be updating everyone. Because this is all so, this is so weird. Yeah, I don't even know. All right, you're filming and sewing. Awesome. Recuperating from cataract surgery. Well, I wish you a speedy recovery. I hope everything is going well. And you're sewing pillows? Wow, okay, that's pretty impressive. That is impressive. What's it like? Is it an actual pillow shaped like a bone? Or is it something else? But yeah, some pretty crazy stuff happening today. And if you're joining late, you'll probably want to rewind to the beginning. I went over what's going on with the Kickstarter for the Locklit Crafter. It looks like it has been suspended. And we don't really know why, but I had made a pledge earlier today. And it is no longer going to be collected. So they raised $35,000. Funding has been suspended. Okay, let's see if there's any new comments. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Check out this comment section. All right. So there is definitely some tea being spilled in the comments. I'm kind of confused. Okay. Seems the entire thing has been shut down. Okay. This is what everyone's saying here. Well, this isn't a great start. What is the plan now? What happened? Everyone was refunded and the account was suspended. Wow. That's kind of nuts. That is kind of nuts. So, yeah, the shipping was excluded, and I did find it, I did kind of want to know what the shipping was. Like, is the shipping going to be $5 or is it going to be $50? Like, we have no, they didn't really give any idea what the shipping would be. So if the shipping was going to be like something crazy, that definitely would have not gone over well. So I don't know what the shipping was supposed to be, but the shipping was not included with the Kickstarter price. So yeah, this whole thing is pretty bizarre. Everyone's kind of wondering what's going on. I looked at their Instagram account and people, let me check their Facebook real quick and see. I'm going to see if anyone's like saying, let's see if anyone's saying anything. Because people have started like asking questions on their Instagram page. All right, let's see. All right, let's just check it out to see if anyone is, let's see if there's any comments. Okay, so people are, it looks like there are starting to be some comments. All right, yeah, it looks like people are starting to comment on, like, asking what was going on here. All right. Yeah, I feel like they need to tell us what's going on. And a lot of people on Facebook are, like, a few people on Facebook are also wondering whether it has to do with legal issues. And that is a good question. Like, it does look pretty much exactly like the Cricut Maker. Like, the Silhouette Cameo, the Brothers Scan and Cut, this Caesar Juliet, even the StarCraft Solo, they all look pretty different than the Cricut Maker, but this did look pretty much like an exact dupe of the Cricut Maker. So what do you think the Cricut people are doing right now? Like, what is going on at Cricut headquarters? I'm just confused. Yeah. So what do you think is going on over at Cricut? Do you think Cricut had any involvement in this? I don't know. Again, just allegations, not making any claims here. So what does everyone think is going on with Cricut and in Locklick? Sorry, and I still have this, I think I have like a fuzz or a hair right on my like nose, upper lip, and I still can't get it off. This is driving me insane, and it's gonna bother me until I get it off. But that's all we know right now. So that is the breaking news of the hour. I'm probably gonna sign off soon because I gotta do some stuff for tomorrow. But I hope everyone enjoyed this show. And if there are any new developments, I will be bringing it to you right here on the Sewing Report. I hope everyone has a great night. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm Jen with the Sewing Report. I'll see you guys again in the next one. And remember, whatever you're doing, make it fun.